thanks for listening again to Mills Social Talk Podcast. Again, Leroy VM, the Mills Realty Managing Broker. Now, last week we had a great topic, and we promised we'll come back with Miriam and Justin because the information was so rich. We needed to kind of come back and talk a little bit more because this is a topic I believe that we'll have to keep going for maybe one or at least today, so that we can kind of get a little bit more understanding. Because Christian gave us so much, and we hadn't even got to Miriam yet. So Christian, just again, as this week, let's introduce yourself again and.
Again, Christian Arias. Best way to get a hold of me, 847-971-6863. You can call me or definitely send me a text, and I'll get back to you within 24 hours. My office is here in Chicago, but I'm all over the state, especially now during the annual enrollment period. Office is located at 8600 West Bryn Mawr Avenue here in Chicago, Suite 410N. Definitely reach out to me. We'll set up an appointment. You're more than welcome. Mi casa es su casa. Si hablo español. Que Dios te bendiga. And I'm here with my amazing business partner, Miriam.
Thank you, Christian, and thank you, Leroy, for being here today. Well, like I said, I am Miriam with M&M Financial Coaching in Waukegan, and I partnered up with Christian at Bankers. And the reason I did is because I saw a big opportunity to help people with their enrollment, especially Medicare.
Okay, so thanks you guys for being back in the show. Again, we at Mills Realty, we bring you on this podcast the best of the best. We bring you people who really been in the business for a while and who have knowledge to help. We're an education program, and we're not charging you. So we want you to listen. We want you to call these guys. All the people that we bring on the program, we want you to reach out to them, because we would not bring you folks that don't know what they're doing. So these guys, they're well versed in their field. So as we want to continue from last year, because we got so much more to unpack, last week we were talking about all the financial benefits you can get from Banker's Life. But I want to switch this week. I want to go to Miriam. Miriam, when I first met you, you talk about retirement.
Yes.
And I wanted to kind of get to you and talk about what people are missing out on when they retire in other countries.
Okay.
All right, so Miriam, Belize, Jamaica, Argentina, Panama. We have people from St. Kitts that listen to us from all over.
Okay.
If you have a family that is retiring and they don't know how to retire, we want you to reach out to these guys and they will tell you how to retire. They're in Illinois. Do you guys go to other states or just right here in Illinois?
So we can get licensed in other states. I'm in the process of getting more licenses because the demand is so
Right,
high.
but right now you're in Illinois.
Right now we're
Right, so-
mainly in Illinois, yeah.
So, and we have, people from all over the world that listen to us.
Mm-hmm.
So since you have that, call your family, tell them, hey, you're retiring, call Miriam, call Justin, we will know, they will help you guys retire properly. So Miriam, let's talk about out of country retirement. Tell me a little about that and how that works.
Okay, you know how many people decide to go back home and they but I want to come back because I need to see the doctor. I have this condition, I want to come back to see my doctor. But they never enrolled, and then they come back and it's too late. So whenever you don't enroll in time, there is a penalty, and people don't know that. And when you're already in a fixed income with your Social Security, $10 or more, every year may cost you. And so we want to prevent that. We want to tell people enroll in time so you don't have a penalty. Also, let's say some emergency you have in the country, you can go, there's some programs and some insurances that we could enroll you in, and basically they will be either unlimited or a 50,000 coverage, which may help you because 50,000 in your country
it's a lot of money.
Yes. So it may cover all your bills, or at least alleviate that pressure from I got to take it out from my savings.
All right, I want to just hit that point right there, and you can continue if you have something else to say. My question is that enrollment, is that a part of Medicaid, Medicare, or that's something you have to be specialized, rolled into? Or you have to have a special, you gotta say, you know what, I wanna be in that particular program.
Well, that would be medical supplement, so basically your secondary insurance. So you
Says
have
it what?
Medicare, and then you need that supplement. And with that supplement, they allow you to be in other countries. For emergency, you can use that coverage.
So is that I'm not retired, it says part A, part B, part C, D. What was that? I mean, what is that? It means, because someone would say, well, I got Medicare, but I mean, is that
Right.
A, B, C, D, I mean.
So their general Medicare, A and B, A for hospital, B for doctor, that's their 80%.
Mhm.
Then their supplemental plan is their 20%. So it could be a letter G and N. They letter the plans.
Right, the letters,
So it's general health insurance from the government.
for the 20%.
Mhm.
So then, you're in another country, something happens, can you give them your Medicare card?
It will be your secondary, so example, a Cigna or a United Health, or Bankers have one specifically for that, for the N. But Bankers one is a charge. Right now with so many companies joining the government, now it's free for the Medicare patient.
Okay, so I just want to be clear for someone, so, and for me too, so you're looking at, you're sick, you have Medicare.
Correct.
You can go, no, I'm asking this question because I don't know, does Medicare covers, I'm gonna say the world for that matter, that's just like a term. You're in Jamaica, you're in Belize, and you're sick. Can you say, well, I have Medicare, can I give them my card?
No.
Okay.
That would be for US.
For US only?
Yes.
So you're saying that the 20% will be for other part of the country?
Correct.
Emergency only.
But they're emergency only?
Yes.
But there's also a cap of 50,000 or whatever that
Correct.
number is.
Some companies 50,000, and I know one also is unlimited.
Okay, so that's how you will get covered.
Correct.
But that's a purchase. You have to purchase that supplement.
You can, but there's a few now that offer, depending upon the person and their situation, you can get into a coverage where there's no monthly payment.
Ah,
Yeah.
that's a
So
wonderful thing.
Yeah.
it's great news.
Ah, see, I mean, I'm sure for some of you guys who are getting ready to retire or know someone, I think that's what's important to connect with the people that we bring to you, so that you can get the best of the best coverage. So what else do you think that someone else would need to know, especially when they're out of town? What other plan or what other things that they may want to know, that you think that most people don't know or not aware of?
If you get a life insurance here, as long as you maintain your payments, you can be on the other side of the world, and when you pass away, that money legally would still go to your family or your beneficiary. And a lot of people think, well, if I leave the United States, I can't have insurance. Yes, you can. So it's important to review that and see which type of insurance would make sense for you.
Okay. I mean, and that's the difference. Go ahead.
And going back with the plans, not just overseas, but let's say you live only in Illinois and you have a HMO, you can go to Florida and see a doctor.
Mhm.
So, but if you have a PPO, you can visit other doctors in different part of the United States.
Right.
So-
Because if you're in the U.S., so it's kind of easier to kind of
Correct.
everything.
But with a HMO, it restricts you.
So, but all right. So just want to kind of top side of Bank of America, of course, or Banker's Life.
That's okay.
We do have many clients that use Bank of America to pay for their policies.
You guys been in business since
1879, local Chicago company.
it's a little Chicago company.
Huge company. We're all over the country. We are pioneers of Medicare. We were there at the table with the two presidents who implemented the entire Medicare system, Truman and Johnson. So we were on the board when they wrote Medicare into law. So we know about all the other programs, all the government regulations, so we can really customize, again, also their health insurance, their Medicare, especially if they're 65 and older. And then when they retire, you can also see what other programs they can do to that complement their Medicare or their retirement.
So let me ask you a question then. And just, you know, and I know insurance is from baby to 100, two to 92.
Right.
But do you find yourself more catering to retirees or just to general area? I mean, do you have a niche? Maybe that's what I'm asking. Is there a niche in your plan?
I mean, we specialize in the senior market.
That's what I was asking. Is it a special-
100%, yeah, because we deal so much in retirement. So really, anybody 50 and older, I mean, that's really where we can do some crazy, amazing things. But we do a lot of planning for the kids, especially when we meet with the Medicare clients, the 65 and olders.
Mhm.
We're doing retirement planning for the grandkids.
So you guys do like the UGMAs and the uniform gifts to minors and that kind of stuff, or just 529s?
We don't necessarily do 529s, but we could, I mean, she would do the
You do
529.
529s?
I would do the 529.
So, okay, so tell me about the 529s. What do you think are the best? Because you do plan on seniors, right?
Correct.
All right, so tell the seniors why it's good to do. First of all, I know it's a 529. You guys know. Explain what the 529 is,
Okay.
because some of me listening like, what's the 529? I don't want to talk over anybody's head.
Of course, of course.
Tell them what it is and why is it important to do a 529.
Okay. Well, so many people will say, I only have $10 to put away for my child, which is good because you're putting it away towards a plan for the future for their college.
Mm-hmm.
Now with the 529, even the government's assistance allow you to put away for the 529. Also, the 529 is only designed for education. So you could only use it to pay school. Now let's say that child is not going to school, you could revert it back to yourself, or you could give it to your niece or any other family member, but it could only go for education.
And then I'm gonna ask another question. So is that 529 taxable if that kid don't go to school? So as Miriam was saying, the 529 is only to pay college tuition.
Correct.
You got your grandbaby, 2 years old. He or she's gonna be a doctor, nurse, engineer.
Yes.
You start putting that money away. That money goes into a fund. At 24, they become $50,000 or $90,000. It pays for the college.
Yes.
Now, is that money taxable on the revert back?
Only if you don't use it for college.
So is that taxable based on the kid or on the parent? If that person retired, is it taxable on the retirement income or on the what's it taxable? Are you aware?
Well, I would have to answer that on another note.
Okay.
But I would say it would be the person who bought it for the child.
So it's taxable back on them. Not,
Yes.
well, the child don't get it.
Correct.
So you get it back, and then you can distribute that to anybody you want.
Correct.
That's 529. And is that you guys do the Uniform Gifts to Minors? I'm not sure if the bankers like do the Uniform Gifts to Minors Act.
So
If that-
what we really do is we do a retirement through the life insurance,
Through the life, okay.
which is absolutely miraculous to say the least.
Okay.
Where you can, I mean, yes, school is important, yes, college is important, but I would say at least 30, maybe even now 40% of the future generation will not go to college. They'll go to a trade school,
yeah.
become an entrepreneur, something
That's
where
true.
you won't necessarily require college, especially because the colleges are so ridiculously expensive, which is why
Yeah.
the shift is happening.
Mhm.
So we are more obsessed with the bigger problem, which is the retirement.
Okay.
The fact that people are not guaranteed Social Security in the future, that it's gonna run out. Right now, they're predicting Social Security benefits will run out by 2034. So we're in a bad situation right now. So with the thought of planning for the future, if you're young enough and healthy enough, you can create a life insurance that creates money for the future for when you retire after 59 and a half, where you can start withdrawing money completely tax-free. We call it a retirement miracle. Obviously, the more you pay on a monthly basis, the more the child or the individual will have for the future. Obviously, because it's also a life insurance, where it really gets like mind-blowing, is when you pass away in the future, not only will they get the reserves of whatever retirement money wasn't used, but that will go on top of a life benefit to the beneficiary, to the loved one, tax-free as well. So you get tax-free benefits while you're alive, while you're in retirement. Then when you pass, which we know that's gonna happen, that money now shifts to your loved one tax-free as well.
And I want to go back to something we talked about last week. We talked about whole life, and we talked about now. You know, there's you watching TV that people sell their life insurance. Do you guys find that you have run into life insurance that people sell? They sell their it's the equity to build up all that stuff in life insurance.
They cash in their
policy. Cash in their policy.
Mm-hmm.
Is that something that you guys run into, or you?
Definitely. So a lot of times, if there's a situation, life happens, then yes, most definitely, people have the ability to cash out their life policies and do whatever they will with that money. However, a lot of situations come to rise. If you take that money out and cash it out before 59 and a half, you are going to have some tax consequences.
I mean, so I know time is short. So is there, what else do you want the folks to know? I mean, because from last week we came into this week, is there anything else you think that we have missed that you think that they ought to know, or in the next couple of minutes that we have?
I would say, you know, if you're a grandparent, start saving for the grandkids and pass it on to your child.
Okay.
Or, you know, if you're a young mom, start saving for the future. And that money in a life insurance like an IUL will develop and have some interest in the money.
Briefly describe IUL.
It's in Index Universal Life. It's in the stock market with no risk.
Okay, with no risk.
Yes.
That's different.
Yes.
I mean, if you talk about stock market.
Well, it's mirroring the stock market. It's not in the market. It's a mirroring effect, so you can't lose money essentially. It's unbelievable.
Next topic.
Yeah. No, the biggest thing is really when you think of insurance, insurance is designed to mitigate risk. Let the insurance company take the risk, and then you could live your life. The insurance allows you to lower your stress and provide peace of mind so you can actually enjoy your life. Most people, the biggest thing that they stress about is not having enough money for the future and not even knowing how much is enough for the future. That is a problem. So the younger you are to start planning for the future, the better off you will be. Whether you're a 5-year-old child, 15 years old, 20 years old, 30, 40, 50, 60, you can start now to better plan for the future. The earlier you start, the better off you will be, 100%.
All right, Miriam. So again, Miriam, you're M&M.
Financial Coaching in Waukegan, 323-557-5650.
Okay, and they can connect you your website or your.
They could text me at my phone number. They can go on Miriam Graham bankerslife.com and take a look.
And what we want to say, I want to come back to what Miriam says. She does free financial coaching, so she will come to your house and sit with the couple and talk about how to better your situation, how to create a better life for you financially.
Yes.
And that's free coaching. It doesn't cost you anything. Please call Miriam at that number and let her sit with you. And again, Christian?
Christian Arias. You can Google me, Christian Arias, Banker's Life, and my website will pop up. Best way to get a hold of me is call me or send me a text, 847-971-6863. My focus is to lower your stress, give you peace of mind so you can live the life you want to live. You're not supposed to be forced to live a certain way. And I love this country, but the government restricts us on our future and let us enable you to live the way and have the future that you deserve, not only you, but your family and friends as well.
All right, guys, listen, this is Leroy, managing broker at Mills Realty. So you've been listening to the Mills Social Talk podcast. We brought you Banker's Life today. If you go back and listen to our podcast, you'll see that we have brought you people who understands what they're doing and they're not just guessing. So the reason why we do this is for educational education only, and we're not charging you to do this. These guys are not charging you. This is the fact that we want you to live better lives. So since we want you to live better lives, we don't let you pay for this education. It's a free education. They will continue to give good advice. So we want you to be able to call them, reach out to Bankers Life, Miriam and Christian, and talk about exactly what you want to talk about. So guys, thanks again for listening. Again, it's Leroy at Mills Realty. Thanks for listening to the Mills Social Talk podcast, and we'll see you at the next episode. We could be found wherever you listen to your podcast. Thanks again, guys. Bye-bye.